The impact of the first aircraft. The invention aircraft marked a significant milestone in the history of mankind. The Wright brothers' first flight on December 17, 1903, in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, not only proved that humans were capable of flying, but it also paved the way for aviation and revolutionized transportation. The success of this flight inspired further advancements that led to the development of airplanes, helicopters, and spacecraft. Without the Wright brothers, we wouldn't have commercial airlines today, and air travel as we know it would not exist. Their pioneering efforts in aviation opened up new possibilities for exploration, commerce, and communication, and their legacy will continue to inspire future generations of inventors and innovators. The early attempts at flying and the pioneers behind it are a testament to human ingenuity and our desire to push the boundaries of what is possible. Wright brothers powered flying machine. The Wright brothers must receive credit as the pioneers that demonstrated how aviation could be accomplished. With their biplane that had a wingspan of 40 feet powered by a 12-horsepower engine, they proved that man could fly. Despite the flight only being a mere 12 seconds and covering only 120 feet, the Wright brothers a new path for aviation, pushing boundaries that no person had ever touched before. This flight paved the way for modern-day air transportation, contributing to the development of commercial airlines, military aviation, and spaceflight. The first-ever aircraft, Clement Ader's steam-powered aircraft. It's interesting to note that many people assume that the Wright brothers were the first to create a flying machine, but this is not entirely true. While they did make history with their successful powered flight in 1903, French engineer Clement Ader had already created a steam-powered aircraft called the Éole over a decade earlier, in 1890. The Éole had bat-like wings and could make short hops, but it ultimately crashed. Nonetheless, Ader's creation shows that there were many inventors around the world who were dreaming of flight and experimenting with different designs long before the Wright brothers' historic achievement. Samuel Langley's aeroplane. Samuel Langley was a trained astronomer and elected to focus on aircraft's design after observing birds' flight patterns. He believed that a machine that could fly could be built and continued to work towards this goal. Langley poured significant resources into his aerodrome project and even received funding from the U.S. War Department. The 52-horsepower engine was an impressive feat for the time, and it seemed like Langley's vision was within grasp. Unfortunately, the two test flights ended tragically. Some speculate that the aerodrome's weight caused it to sink, while others argue that the wings broke mid-flight. Regardless of the reason, Langley's venture into aviation was unsuccessful. However, his work laid the groundwork and contributed to the Wright brothers' successful flight a few years later. First aircraft? The first aircraft ever invented. Welcome to our channel where we explore the history of aviation and the pioneers behind it. Today we will be discussing the first ever aircraft invented and the story behind this groundbreaking invention. Early aviation attempts. Throughout history, humans have always been fascinated by the idea of defying gravity and soaring through the air. From the mythological tales of Icarus to the ancient Chinese invention of kites, people have been captivated by the idea of flight. In the Renaissance period, Leonardo da Vinci's brilliant sketches of a flying machine were a testament to this fascination. But unfortunately, there were no attempts made to turn his design into a reality. It wasn't until the 18th century that actual attempts to fly were made. The very first successful flight was achieved by the Montgolfier brothers using a hot air balloon in 1783. Since then, humanity's obsession with flight has only grown, leading to the development of advanced and futuristic aircrafts that enable us to cover vast distances in a matter of hours. Montgolfier brothers hot air balloon. The successful flight of the Montgolfier brothers hot air balloon not only marked a significant moment in aviation history, but also captured the imagination of the public and sparked renewed interest in the possibility of human flight. Scientists and inventors across the globe were inspired to create their own flying machines, leading to numerous advancements in the field of aviation. The Montgolfier brothers' groundbreaking achievement proved that human flight was indeed possible, paving the way for the development of even more sophisticated aircraft that would revolutionize travel and change the course of history. The Wright brothers. The Wright brothers' achievement sparked a major transformation in the world as it marked a new era of air travel. After their success, The brothers continued to make modifications and improvements to their flying machine. They made a significant contribution to the aviation industry by introducing new features such as ailerons, which helped in better control over the aircraft. Their legacy paved the way for further innovation, and with time, air travel has become safer and more accessible to the masses. Nearly a century later, air travel has transformed not just how we travel, but also how we see the world.